Hello, my name is Amelia. I have been married to my husband for about 5 years. A while back, things were devastating for the both of us. To be a little more specific, I gave him a devastating blow by filing for a divorce. I have been reading a lot of different stories here, and I don't think a lot of them are as crazy as mine. I'm going to use this opportunity as a means to share my personal story to everyone. So, I will get started. Caleb, I decided to quit my job. I'm going to be resigning from it.
What? That's so out of the blue. Why are you making this decision all of a sudden? I thought you weren't having any problems at work. Why are you quitting?
I went through a great deal of pain to make this decision for myself. I hope you know that. You think that I wanted to quit? Of course I didn't make this decision out of the blue. I know how hard it is for some people to get employed nowadays. I just don't think I can continue working here anymore.
You're working for such a great company. Why are you trying to quit? I really don't get it. Their welfare and benefits system was so good. It's much better than my company.
The welfare may be pretty good, but that's no use because I just don't like the working environment. The working environment doesn't suit me at all. That's why I want to stop working there. You don't have to worry about our monthly living expenses, even if I quit this job. Don't worry about it because I will make up for it.
I'm not worried about our living expenses. That's not the reason why I refuse to understand your decision. I just don't understand your decision because you were the one who told me about how happy you were to start working there. You bragged about it to all your friends and family members, not just me. Now you're just going to quit this job? What are the people around you going to think of you? I don't get why you have to do this. What are the relatives going to think of your decision? Do you know what they're going to think of my mom? They're probably going to laugh in her face because you quit your job.
Is that all you care about? Do you only care about you and your mom's dignity instead of me struggling to keep myself together at work? You don't even care to ask me about why I quit, do you? You don't even care about my feelings in the first place.
I don't care about it because it's probably another one of your typical reasons. I'm sick and tired of your reasons. Last time you told me that one of your managers was giving your coworkers a hard time. But why would you set that kind of expectation up for yourself in the first place? It's not like you have to be getting along with everybody in the workplace. Going to work is not about making as many friends as possible. It's about getting paid, because that's all that matters. You're the one who is being too sensitive here.
You really think that I'm overreacting? You think I am the one being sensitive? Is it really wrong of me to be telling you that I am having such a hard time at my job? Is all of this my fault? I had no choice but to make this decision for myself because I cannot take it anymore. They keep me exhausted every single day of my job. What do you want me to do about it? Do you have any idea what happens to me if I make one small mistake? They make me do everything all over again, right from the start. I really cannot keep up with this anymore. This happens every single time, and I am sick of it. I really cannot work here anymore.
Is that really your reason for quitting? I don't think that is a good reason for you to quit. You are definitely overreacting a little too much.
I already made my decision to quit. There's no turning back now. I already submitted my letter of resignation to the company, and I am waiting for their response. I don't want you to worry too much about it.
Amelia! I just heard some strange news from Caleb. I need to have a word with you. Caleb told me that you quit your job. How can you make this decision for yourself without even telling me about it? This is not a simple decision. It should have been discussed with the family.
What? The reason why I didn't tell you is because I didn't feel the need to. It's my job and not yours.
Of course you should have told me about it first. What do you think the people around me are going to be saying about this? I have been telling all of my friends that you work at one of the best companies in the country. Some of them even told me that they wanted to visit the company, and now they can't because you quit. What made you think that it was right for you to make this selfish decision for yourself?
Willow, you have to understand that this is my job that we're talking about. I'm the one who works at this job. I chose to work at this job not because I wanted you to brag about it to your friends. I didn't work here to inflate you and Caleb's ego. I'm thinking about having a child with Caleb. But I don't think that I will be able to have a child if I continue working here. That is one of the reasons why I ended up quitting the job. But the thing is that I have been saving up a lot of money, so you don't have to worry about Caleb and I running out of money. I'm going to be taking a short break from everything, and then I will find another job for myself. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about you guys starting to die. It sounds to me that you are just trying to make Caleb work twice as hard. You really don't think that I know what you are up to, do you? I think I understand what you are trying to do here. No, Willow. That is not my intention. You are completely mistaken. I already told Caleb not to worry about our living expenses. Why do you care about what your friends think about me and you? If you are so worried about that, then maybe you should just tell them that I never quit. You want me to lie to everyone around me? Is that what you're trying to say? You are telling me and your husband to spread lies about the family. If you would have taken the time to discuss this with me, then none of this would have even happened. I really didn't feel the need to discuss this with you. This is an independent decision for me, and I didn't think that it would be this important. I just hope that you are able to understand this decision. Just forget about it. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's too late to turn back now. From now on, I just want you to stop this kind of behavior in front of me and Caleb. By that, I mean looking down on us. Okay. From now on, I will make sure to discuss it with you first. Did you tell your mom about me quitting my job? She literally just called me and started scolding me about my decision. You have no idea how hard it was for me to listen to her.
Were you seriously not expecting to get scolded? It's only a couple of days before New Year's, and you don't understand how stressed out she is. She needs to prepare all the food for the family, and you quitting your job isn't going to make her look any better. Do you have any idea what all the other family members and friends are going to think of us because you quit your job? I had to call Mom and tell her about this so that next time she can be prepared when you do the same thing. That's why I called her to tell her everything. Do you have a problem with that? Then maybe you shouldn't have quit your job without telling us.
You guys are treating me as if I had committed some kind of high treason. I already told you that I am sorry for quitting my job and making this decision without telling you. How come you don't care about my own feelings? You really don't care about the reason for me quitting my job.
Regardless of your personal feelings and reasons, you still quit your job and that's that. I hope you start looking for a better job. I didn't necessarily want to tell you to do all the house chores because of all the money you were making at your previous job. But I'm afraid to tell you that you are going to start taking care of the house chores now that you're jobless.
Okay, but you are one to talk. You are acting like you have been doing every single house chore. What about all those times I did the laundry, vacuumed the house, and cooked all of our meals? Have you already forgotten about that? You don't even lay a finger on any chore in the house. But why are you trying to act like you do everything?
You should be able to take care of the house chores because you were the one who voluntarily quit your job. You should start learning about how to take care of house chores from now on. Maybe you should go to Willow and maybe learn a thing or two from her. She can teach you a lot about house chores. Maybe you can use this opportunity to actually learn how to cook.
Are you serious? I really don't mind being educated about things I need for my job. But I will not go out of my way to be educated about something as simple as house chores. You seriously want me to do that?
What's wrong with that? Now that you have lost your job career, you should start working on your wife career now that you have the time to do so. That's why I am telling you to go get some help from my mom. She will be able to teach you a lot about maintaining housework. Oh, and maybe she can start teaching you how to pack lunch for me because I am honestly sick of buying lunch at work. Don't forget to ask her about that. I didn't want to have to tell you this in regards to your hard efforts at work. But since you have quit, I'm left with no choice but to tell you about this.
Are you showing your true colors to me? Is that it? Do you really have to make such a big deal out of this? I didn't murder anyone. All I did was just resign from my job because I didn't like the work environment.
I have every reason to be doing this right now. I am not going to be letting you live off of my paycheck forever.
What kind of a person do you take me for? Not once have I ever said that I will only live off of your paycheck from now on. I have plenty of money that I saved up before quitting this job. It's going to be good enough before I am able to find another place to work in. I have plenty of money that I saved up before quitting this job. It's going to be good enough before I am able to find another place to work in. So I don't know what you are talking about. I never said that I am going to be living off of your paycheck. If anything, I told you that I will be living off my own savings. It's not like we don't have any money on us right now. You're acting as if you have to be responsible for every single financial duty. Of course I'm going to find a job after taking a short break. Do you expect me to sit around the house forever?
Do you know how hard it is to find a job right now? Even those with a career are having a tough time being employed. Don't you have any idea why young people are having such a hard time finding a job for themselves?
This is exactly the problem. I don't know what you expect me to do. Why are you telling me all of this? Are you telling me to get a job or something? Do you really feel good about yourself for making me feel this bad for just quitting my job?
I'm just stating the facts here. I am not saying anything wrong. If you don't like the way that I am talking to you, then maybe you should hurry up and find a job. I married you because I found out that you were a woman with a strong career. If you're planning to be jobless, then that's not happening as long as we are together. What the heck is this? Is this seriously all the food that you made for me? You call this breakfast?
What, you don't like it? I thought you always liked your breakfast to be simple. That's why I made it as simple as possible for you.
You know, some of the other wives out there are making fruit smoothies and whatnot for their husbands. Can you try doing the same for me at least? This is a joke. You don't even have anything better to do anyways. It won't hurt to make me a better meal. You got up early today, so you might as well spend some time preparing a nice breakfast for me.
You don't even like to eat breakfast, and you're asking me to make a fruit smoothie? Will you seriously drink it if I make one for you?
Of course I will drink it. Why don't you just try and make one for me? Once you start to get the hang of what I want in my smoothie, maybe I'll start to actually enjoy drinking it.
Fine. From now on, I will try and make you a fruit smoothie every breakfast.
Good. And I hope that you start doing these things without me having to tell you about it. Until when am I going to have to tell you every single thing about house chores? You're a grown woman, and you should know how to do these things. Now you should know what to do, right?
Okay, I will do as you say, so quit bothering me. I packed your lunch because of what you said yesterday, so don't forget to take it on your way out.
You could have picked a better-looking lunchbox. It's just too tacky.
I chose this one because it's very good at keeping the food warm. Do you want me to change it to another lunchbox?
Yeah, I want you to change it to a better-looking lunchbox that can also keep the food warm.
How long has it been since we've last seen each other like this? It's been a while, hasn't it? Jeez, I can't remember how long it's been. I know, right? It feels so good to be able to see you after all this time. We weren't able to see each other because you were so busy with your job. Actually, we were both busy with our jobs. I think the last time we saw each other was during the fall of last year. It's good to finally see you again. So, how have you been, Paulina? Things have been the same for me, pretty much. I get up at 5 in the morning and get the kids ready for school, and my husband ready for work. I come home from work and go to sleep at around midnight after finishing all my house chores. That's pretty much how I've been doing. It's just the same old life every day. I really think that we are going to be developing sleep disorders in the future. I actually suffered from insomnia, and it was literal torture. I don't know why my company's manager was treating me so badly. I really didn't do anything wrong to him, but he just hated me for some reason. You know that I quit my job because of that. I told the news to my husband, and he gave me such a hard time about it. He used to treat me so well when I worked in my previous job, because it was a major corporation. Now that I am jobless, he is trying to make me a housewife, and he's looking down on me. His mom called me and started giving me a hard time about my decision. It's just so annoying to deal with everything. Wow, are you serious? I had no idea that you were going through something like this. I never expected Caleb to be that kind of man, but that's pretty shocking. So what are your plans for the future? You've always wanted to take a short break from your job. I really wish that you can use this opportunity to take a long break from everything. I want you to relax without having to worry about what others think about you. But from what you are telling me, I can tell that that's going to be very difficult for you. This morning, he literally told me to start making fruit smoothies for him every breakfast. I think it would be better for me to just find another job at this point. You could do that. I don't think it would be a bad idea to find a job as fast as you can. Doesn't your dad own an entire building? You can just work in his building, can't you? I'm keeping that a secret from Caleb. I haven't told him that my dad owns a building. So please try and not tell him about it. I don't want him to find out about my dad's building. If he is ever close to finding out about it, I want you to do your best and prevent him from finding out. Why do you want to keep it a secret from him? Wouldn't it be better to use that against him so he stops treating you like this? What's the need to hide it? He's going to try and come after me if he finds out about my dad's wealth. On top of that, I wouldn't want him to be treating me like a queen just because he's after my dad's money. I don't need that kind of fake treatment from him. Those are probably the biggest reasons why I refuse to tell him about it. I guess I can't disagree with you on that. When you have a father with that much wealth on him, it might be best to keep it a secret from your husband, unless you are confident enough that he won't be after the money. Okay, now I understand why you kept it a secret from him. People will do anything for money nowadays. It's crazy. I understand why you decided not to tell him about your dad's building. Maybe it's the better thing to do overall. Don't you think so? But to be brutally honest, I don't know if I will be able to keep this secret any longer if he decides to keep treating me this way. I might flip out on him. For now, I'm just going to see what he does. And if I can't take it anymore, I'm going to go nuts on him. I'm going to tell him everything. Sure, Amelia. I will always support you as a friend. If you need help with anything, you can always reach out to me. I'll be there for you. It may have been a while since we've last seen each other, but that doesn't mean we aren't able to reach out and ask for help. Feel free to call me anytime. It's fine. Thanks, Paulina. I really appreciate the way you were talking to me right now. It really makes me feel a lot better about everything. Thanks to you, I feel a lot less stressed out. Are you home, Caleb? I'll get dinner ready for you, so why don't you go and get yourself ready to eat?
Amelia, are you kidding me right now? Are you seriously going to give me the exact same food that you gave me for breakfast? Don't you think it would be better for me to eat something else for dinner? I don't want to eat the same thing twice in one day.
But preparing another dinner menu is way too much work. I understand that you want to eat something else for dinner. But we have way too many leftovers from our previous meals, so we have to finish everything. I don't want to waste any of this food.
You're sitting around at home all day and you can't even make a different dinner menu? I was going to give you some extra allowance if you do a good job at the housework. But you're doing such a lousy job with the housework that I don't even want to give you any extra allowance. Back when you were working at your previous job, I tried to understand why you weren't able to cook any meals for me. Obviously, you were very busy back then. But look at you now. You are jobless, but you aren't even able to keep up with basic housework.
So are you just planning on insulting me? I hope you feel real proud of yourself then. You do realize that you have become a completely different person after I quit my job, right? You never treated me like this before.
I'm only doing this because you have plenty of time to work on the house chores, but you really aren't putting in any effort in doing so.
I'm doing my best to try and make up for staying home all day. If you're not a fan of the way I perform house chores, then why don't you go ahead and give me a proper demonstration? Then maybe I can learn a thing or two from you. Can you do that for me? I think it makes sense for you to give me a demonstration of how to correctly perform house duties. That way I can look at you and try practicing on my own. That way you wouldn't have anyone to claim but yourself. So why don't you go ahead and give me a proper demonstration of housework this weekend?
What are you talking about? Have you forgotten that it's Christmas next week? Stop making a big deal out of this. I will do what you want me to as long as you don't go around and embarrass me and Mom in front of all the other family members.
So is that all I am to you now? Now that I have become jobless, I'm nothing but an embarrassing house slave? Fine, I will do as you say. But you better watch out for yourself. I would advise you not to say or do anything that crosses the line. You have to understand that I am not your slave, and I have every right to reject anything that you say to me. You cannot expect me to listen to everything you say.
All right, fine. You're starting to give me a headache. Do you really have to be like this? I'm so stressed because of you. Okay, I won't try and boss you around as much. Do you have everything ready? Did you make sure to prepare some money for Willow and your parents? Did you pack all our bags?
Yeah, I got everything. I prepared $500 each for Willow and my parents.
You already prepared all the money? Why did you get it ready without telling me about it? I thought we already went over this. You can't just make these types of decisions for yourself without telling me about it.
But that's the amount of money we've been giving them this entire time. Why do you have a problem with that? This is what we've always been doing.
You're not thinking straight right now, Amelia. Think about it. You don't have a job anymore, but you're seriously going to give money to your parents? I don't think that's a good idea. You don't have any money to give to your parents.
What's wrong with that? I always give them money for Christmas. Just because I give them money doesn't mean that I won't have any money left on me. I know what I'm doing. I have enough to give to Willow and my parents. I thought we already agreed on this. We agreed to give money to our parents. I'm just trying to give some extra money to my parents. What's wrong with that?
What I'm saying is that you aren't making any money right now. But why would you give it away without any responsibility? Also, I'm not going to meet Marcus this time around. I've wanted to get this off my chest for a while now. I don't really like visiting him because he lives in the countryside. I'm not a fan of the rural area. Maybe you should tell Marcus to move into the city or something. If he decides to stay in the countryside, then you guys aren't going to be able to visit him often. As he gets older, he's really going to start depending on you guys. How is he even able to make money in the countryside anyway? What does he even do for a living?
My parents are well off without your concerns, so don't worry about it. They have plenty of money to spend for themselves. I don't know why you try to shatter my ego and self-esteem like this. Do you feel good about looking down on your own wife?
I never look down on you. I'm just stating the facts here. Everything I've said so far is not entirely wrong. What do you not like about my statements? Maybe if you wouldn't have done something to make me say all of this to you, then I would have just kept silent. There's no way that I would have gone against you in giving money to your parents if you would have stayed in your job. I never wanted to say that in front of you, but let's be real honest. Your parents are quite poor. Isn't that why they are stuck living in the countryside? That's why they aren't able to move into the city.
Are you serious, Caleb? How can you even say that about my family? I already told you this before. My parents are not living in the countryside because they are poor, but because of health problems. My parents are only living in the country because the air and the water is a lot cleaner than the city, and the doctor recommended that they stay in a more relaxed environment. Is that seriously how you've been thinking about my family all this time?
Be real with me, Amelia. I'm not necessarily wrong. Do you know what the first thing that came into my mind was when you told me that you quit your job? I thought to myself, now how am I going to be able to pay all the hospital bills? That's the first thing that came to my mind. If I am going to take responsibility for your parents' hospital bills, then you should at least be unwilling to give them extra money during the holidays.
I never paid for any of their hospital bills, and neither have you. I have never even seen you talk to me about their hospital bills. You're just making random assumptions for yourself. It just sounds to me like you're mocking me and my family and looking down on us. It sounds like you don't want to do anything to understand what I am going through as an excuse to look down on me and my parents.
Then why don't you start doing things that are worthy of being praised? That way I can start respecting you instead. Anyways, that is what I'm going to be doing for this holiday's allowance money. So you better just roll with it. We're going to be leaving early to Willow's house, so try and get ready as fast as you can.
It must have been so tough for you to put up with a wife like me. I mean, I don't have any skills, and my family is so poor. How were you able to live with me? I'm pretty sure it must have been torture to live with me. I never thought that quitting my job would make me end up treated like garbage. I thought I specifically told you not to say or do anything that crossed the line.
If you don't want me to cross the line, then why don't you watch yourself first? Hey, Caleb! Didn't you tell me that Amelia works at a very large-scale corporation?
Yes, she does. Willow is very talented and possesses a lot of different skills. She told me that all of her coworkers also seem to really like her. What about you, Bruce? How is your kid doing? I heard she's planning on going to university.
Yes, she is planning on majoring in business studies. But to be honest, I'm not really sure if she can do anything useful with her business degree. I wish Lucy could be a little more like Amelia. Amelia seems to have a very good grasp of what she wants to do in the future, and that's a very good thing. That's why she was able to get into such a good company.
Don't worry, she will be fine. Actually, Amelia, why don't you try and help Lucy with her college applications? She really wants to get accepted to work at a major corporation like you. I'm sure you will be able to help her out. I think it would be very good for you to get her some advice about college and job applications. You can do that for her, can't you? Do you want me to help out with her application? But I don't think I will be able to say anything that will be useful to her. Also, I'm not even working for the company anymore, so I won't be able to say or do anything to help her out.
Wait, what? Caleb, I thought you told me that Amelia still works for the company. Does she not work there anymore? What's this that I am hearing all of a sudden about her not working there anymore?
Oh, it's not that. You're right. She has been working there, but she had to quit recently because she wanted to get ready for a child. I also came across this news a couple of days ago, and I never would have expected to say this in front of you. Come on, Amelia. All you have to do is just look after Bruce's daughter's college application and help her with her employment. You didn't necessarily have to bring up the news about quitting your job. All I have said is the truth. I don't want to keep any lies from you guys, so I just said what's true. You should tell Bruce's daughter that she can work for a major corporation like I did, if she is willing to cut off her entire social life. Actually, you can tell her one more thing. You can tell her that if she is willing to give up her marriage life in the future, then she can maybe work for a major corporation like I did.
Are you out of your damn mind right now?
What are you trying to say to Bruce and his daughter? I am not out of my mind, Willow. If anything, you're the one who is out of your mind. I really have had enough of you guys. I cannot take this anymore. How can you tell me that I am not even able to visit my parents for Christmas? I am an only child in my family, and my parents would be so excited to have me come over. I'm pretty sure that they are wanting me to come visit them right now. And because I quit my job, you guys are going to prevent me from visiting my parents and make me work and perform all of your house chores. That definitely does not sound normal to me. Of course you have to visit us first. If you're married to your husband, then you should do everything you can to try and serve your husband's family. But look at yourself right now. You're over here whining and complaining about wanting to go over to your parents. You think I'm the one who's whining? Then do me a favor and stop calling me over to your house during the holidays. You are supposed to be treating us like guests at your house. I know well enough that you only invited me because none of the other in-laws are going to be coming over to your house anyways. Do you really feel good about yourself discriminating against your own family members? I obviously don't feel good about it as the victim, so I'm just asking you to stop this kind of behavior if you're going to act as an elder of the family.
Amelia, have you lost it? This is my mom you're speaking to. What makes you think that you can talk like this in front of everybody? Have you forgotten about all those times my mom took care of you? She treated you so well, but is this how you are going to repay her?
What do you mean, treating me well? Are you talking about the times when I used to work at the company? Sure, I won't argue with you on that part. She only treated me well because I was making a lot of money at the time. But in my defense, she did make me do most of the house chores. But I don't think you understand why I am so upset right now, Caleb. I am only angry at the fact that you don't even care to understand my feelings at all. You don't even have any respect for my parents anymore. Who do you think you are to talk like that about my parents? I just wanted to give them a few extra dollars for the holidays. But you aren't happy with that. You told me that I shouldn't be giving them that much money.
I never said that. Stop making things up for yourself. You didn't give them any money because you told me that they didn't need it.
See, now you're the one making stuff up for yourself. You know that I am right, so you're pretending like you never said so. If you and Willow would have just admitted to treating me wrongly, then I wouldn't have to be so upset in front of everyone. But I guess none of that matters to you guys. You only think about yourselves, and you never care to think about me. Not once have you guys ever considered asking me about my feelings. I don't know why you choose to live with me if you are going to be like this. I for sure cannot keep up with you. I want a divorce.
What? You want a divorce? Are you crazy? Who do you think you are trying to divorce me in this situation? Do you seriously think that you are in the right? Do you even have any plans on improving yourself? What makes you so confident about yourself?
Do you want to know why I am so confident? It's because I have nothing to lose. If you don't want to live with a wife who is jobless, then I don't know why you're wasting your time with me. Why don't you just agree to divorce and live your life happily alone? I cannot believe that I actually really loved you at one point. I am so disappointed in myself. I'm going to be leaving now, so you better just start getting ready for the divorce. Do you remember all of those times when you treated me like garbage? It's all been recorded on our dog's collar camera. All of the harsh, involved words that you said to me have been recorded, and I can use it as evidence. Filing a divorce lawsuit is not going to be difficult for me because I have plenty of evidence. All of those times when you criticized me with harsh words over text messages have been kept in my record. I would encourage you to start gathering evidence on your part.
I thought you were at Willow's house. Is Caleb here with you?
No, I am going to divorce him. I don't plan on living with him anymore.
Are you serious? What happened between you guys? Did you guys get into a serious argument or fight?
We didn't necessarily fight or anything. I just got sick of the way he was treating me. There was no way for me to put up with that kind of stress anymore.
What did he do to you? He didn't physically abuse you or anything, did he? What did you do that made him treat you so badly? I really don't believe this.
Mom, you know how I recently quit my job? You knew about it, right? I really did not want to work there anymore, and I found no purpose in working there. That is why I quit. I have plenty of experience in other fields, so that is why I thought it would be okay to quit. But immediately after Caleb and Willow found out about the news, they became completely different people. They literally told me to stop giving you and Dad allowance, and that I wouldn't be able to visit you guys during the holidays anymore. What kind of people would do that? They're looking down at us, thinking that we are some kind of a bum family. There was no way for me to sit down and listen to them talk about me like that. So I made my own arguments and stormed out of there immediately. There's no way that I'm going to be putting up with something like that for the rest of my life. They never talked to me this way, or ever looked down on our family when I used to work there. But as soon as I quit this job, they literally start to become completely different people. This tells me that this was only bound to happen. And that's the type of people they really are.
That is really unbelievable. I cannot imagine how tough it must have been for you to deal with this. Do you know what the best type of revenge is? The best type of revenge is when you are able to show your opponent who the real boss is. I may have an idea of what you can do to get your revenge on them. According to your experience with them, what do you think they consider to be ultimately worthy?
It's most likely money and materialism. Money is the main reason why they started to show their true colors once I quit my job. They literally started treating me like I'm some kind of homeless person. You should have seen the way Caleb was talking to me when he refused to let me give you guys $500.
Then why don't you destroy their pride and self-ego with money? Weren't you planning on opening a new shop at your dad's building? You need to make sure that they find out about your success at the new shop. That is going to be the best method for getting your revenge on them. You have to do it with money.
How am I supposed to do that? There are too many things that I need to prepare, so I don't know what to do.
Let's try and think about this a little more. I think you should tell your dad about this. It's important that he knows what's going on. Why don't we tell him tonight after he comes back from work?
Are you serious right now? Did Caleb really say that to you? Whatever happened to taking care of you for the rest of his life? I'm pretty sure that's what he told me before you guys were married. Did he seriously say all of that about you?
You have no idea how furious I was to hear this. What do you think we should do about this, Franklin? It's obvious that Amelia should divorce him, but we should do something about this so that they know who they are messing with.
Amelia, do you remember the name of the shop and building Caleb works for?
Yeah, but why are you asking me that? I'm pretty sure he worked near 84th Street in downtown.
I'm trying to figure out a way to get them back for the way they treated you. I'm trying to get them back with money because it's all that I have. How about I make you the owner of that entire building where he works? I can do that for you, and I can definitely afford it. If you become the owner of the building, then you change the rent fee for his shop. That is definitely going to put some pressure on him.
You know what? That's actually a fantastic idea.
Don't you think so? I think it will be a really good idea. I'm going to be helping you with this, so don't worry about anything. I will make sure he pays for what he did to you. How dare he hurt my daughter's feelings? Who does he think he is?
I feel so much better now that I am able to tell you guys about what happened. I'm so thankful to have you guys by my side. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I really appreciate you guys always being there for me.
I'm pretty sure no parent would let their child be tormented, whatever the case may be. We are going to do anything to help our daughter get what she deserves. Right now, you just need to worry about getting ready for the divorce. I want you to hire the best lawyer out there so that you can receive as much compensation as possible. That is going to be the most important step in the process. Hiring a flimsy lawyer is only going to be beneficial to Caleb.
Okay. Thanks, Dad.
Caleb, what is this? I got something in the mail and I want you to take a look at it. The owner of the building wants to increase the monthly rent on your shop. I get that they want to increase the rent, but this is way too much. Is it really necessary to make it this expensive?
I know, I heard about it. It's such a pain in the butt, but there's nothing I can do about it. I heard that the building has a new owner now. I guess they didn't like how I wasn't paying the rent in time. The previous building owner let me off for a couple of months even though my rent was overdue. But this new owner is not trying to play any games with me, and they want me to pay every single fee. But that is still way too much money. Where am I going to get $50,000?
That's why I told you to pay your rent in time! Why didn't you pay it in time when I told you to? So what are you planning to do? You know that we are screwed if they get rid of our shop, right? Have you tried contacting Amelia about this? I'm pretty sure she has some spare money to help you out. She's been telling us that she saved up a lot of money ever since she quit the job. She will most likely be able to help you.
Mom, are you kidding me? She literally filed a divorce lawsuit against me a couple days ago. Do you seriously expect her to help me with my shop rent? It's not like I am going to keep living with her anymore. If she ever finds out about my situation right now, she is going to be laughing so hard.
Is that seriously what you care about right now? Our life might possibly be at stake here. What matters is that we get the situation resolved as fast as possible. We don't have any time to be worried about whether or not Amelia is going to be laughing at your face. So why don't you stop with your unnecessary worries and try calling Amelia? Or is there a way we can take a mortgage off of the house without Amelia finding out?
That's not going to be quite possible because the house is not under both of our names. She told me to put the house under my name since I will be paying for the majority of it. That is why I agreed to sign the house under my name, so taking a loan off of it is not going to do anything. Maybe I shouldn't have paid for the majority of the house fees. I should have just signed the house under both of our names.
That is why I keep telling you to stop making these types of decisions if you're going to end up regretting them. What are we going to do? Just hurry up and try calling Amelia.
All right, fine. Let me try calling her.
Why the hell are you calling me? I don't have anything I want to talk about with you.
What do you mean? And we are not officially divorced yet, so I still possess the right to call you.
Well, that doesn't mean you should call me anyways. I'm very busy right now, so can you just get straight to the point?
I'm going to need you to lend me some money. There's been a big problem at my shop recently, and I need some help. Do you have some money to help me financially? I really need your help.
You're asking me for money? Have you forgotten that we are about to get divorced soon? Don't you know how stupid you look asking me for money? I don't even know if you are going to pay me back, but why should I lend you money in the first place?
Please, Amelia. I really need your help. I really need you to help me right now. If you are not able to help me, then I might have to close down my shop forever. I really don't know what I would do if my shop closes. The damages are going to be unimaginable. I will pay you back in small monthly fees. If you are able to help me out with this, then you will be able to prove to me that you do in fact have a lot of skills. That can give us an opportunity to get back together.
Are you kidding me right now? Did I just hear you correctly? Let me ask you something right now, Caleb. Do you seriously think that I am looking for an opportunity for us to get back together again? You expect me to return to my marriage life with you, only to be tortured and tormented again. You still only think about yourself. You only called me because you needed help. You don't even care about me at all.
Come on, why are you changing the subject? That is not my point. And I already apologized to you about this. What more do you want from me? What do I have to do for you to accept my apology?
What do I want you to do? Do you seriously want to know? All I want from you is a clean divorce. I don't expect anything else from you but that.
Will you forgive me for the way I treated you if I apologize to you? I am sorry about the way I treated you. I promise that I will never do that again. So please, I am begging you to help me.
I don't plan on helping you. Even if I do, I'm just going to be paying for my own building.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you are paying for your own building?
I am the new owner of the building where your shop is located. Have you not taken a close look at the documents?
Wait, what? You are the new owner? But that can't be possible. You have to be a millionaire to buy an entire building. How are you possibly the owner of the building?
See, this is why I have always kept this a secret from you. My dad owns a few buildings in the downtown area. I have told you 1,000 times before we were married to one another. My family doesn't like to boast about their wealth. I didn't necessarily want to talk about my family's wealth in front of you. My parents are not really into bragging about their money, so you obviously didn't know anything about this. Do you know how much money comes into my dad's paycheck every month? And you made fun of them for living in the countryside.
I would not have treated you like this if you had told me earlier. Why did you have to worsen our relationship by keeping the secret from me? You seriously had no regard for me whatsoever.
So you think that we are getting divorced because I kept this secret from you? You are completely mistaken, Caleb. There is only one specific reason why we are getting divorced. It's because of the fact that you are not treating me like a human being. You're not treating me like your wife. And you seriously expect me to keep living with you? Why should I do that? So you better figure out how you are going to pay the rent for your shop. That way you won't be losing your shop. Do you understand? Wait, are you serious? Amelia is the new owner of the building.
I know. I can't believe it. I took a look at the documents and she was right.
She really is the new owner of the building. If we had known about this sooner, then I should have treated her better.
Of course you would have treated her better. Can't this be considered a scam? Isn't it possible for us to sue her for this? I'm pretty sure we can file a lawsuit.
I was thinking about that too. If she is going to file a lawsuit on me, then I will do the same to her. Mom, what do you think about putting this house up for a mortgage? It's a lot better than closing down the shop. We are going to be staying together after I divorce Amelia anyways. What do you think about that? I don't think it will be a bad idea.
Then why don't you just borrow money from Amelia's parents? They will be able to help us out if they have that much money on them. I'm pretty sure that the amount of assets they have is going to be immense.
You really think that it's going to be a good idea? What if they already heard about everything, and they aren't willing to help me?
But it doesn't hurt to try asking them. You can just give it a shot. As for the house, we aren't going to be able to put it up for a mortgage.
But why? Doesn't this house belong to Dad?
That was a very long time ago. We put this house up on a lump sum payment when we had you. You probably wouldn't have even been able to get married if it weren't for that.
But why is it that you are telling me this now after all this time?
I have to tell you about it so that you can be able to come up with another plan.
Why did you want to meet up with me? What was so important for you to come all the way over here at this hour? Franklin, I am well aware of my wrongdoings against Amelia. From now on, I can promise you that I will never be treating her like that again. Could you please give me one more chance? Do you want me to give you one more chance? Are you out of your mind? I know exactly how you have been treating my daughter. And now you are going to ask me to give you one more chance. Amelia is a full-grown woman, and I am not responsible for her personal choices. Yes, I know that. But Amelia doesn't seem to want to listen to me. That is why I am asking you for help right now. I really need you to help me. Could you please help me out here? Do you really need my help? It seems to me that you only need my money. Isn't that the reason why you wanted to meet me in the first place? It's because you want money. Oh, about that. Could you please help me, Franklin? I'm really begging you. I really need you to help me. You really have lost it, Caleb. It's really unfortunate to see you like this. You looked down on my daughter and treated her like garbage after she quit her job. Now you're going to come up to me, who happens to be her father, and ask me for money. I really thought that you were a good person at first. I really liked the way you treated Amelia at first. I never expected you to be this type of person. I seriously must have lost my marbles at the time. I really don't know what was up with me. I cannot believe that I talked to Amelia in such a vulgar way. Please, you have to give me one more chance. I don't have any plans on helping you with anything. I'm going to be leaving now.
What? You just got back from seeing Caleb? Did he seriously ask you that? Wow, he is really going to ask you for money now. He's so pathetic.
You can tell by his facial expressions that something wasn't quite right about him. He was really out of his mind. I think you made a very good decision to divorce him.
I agree with you, Dad. If I hadn't quit my job earlier, then I would have never known that he was this type of person. He would have never shown me his true colors. Dad, what do you say that we show him one of your buildings? I want to be able to mock him a little bit more.
Sure, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. You can do what you want in this situation. I really don't care.
Thank you, Dad. I don't know what I would have done without you. I just want to get this divorce over with and move on with my life. I don't want to have to deal with that guy ever again. I can't believe that I was actually living in the same house as him. I'm going to meet up with him tomorrow. I'm going to tell the security manager of the building not to let Caleb in whatsoever. Did you bring all of the divorce papers?
Amelia, is this really necessary? I'm pretty sure there are better alternative methods for us. We really don't have to get divorced.
There is no such thing as a better method for us. I heard about what you did last night with my dad. I heard you called him up to meet you so that you can ask him for money. It was embarrassing for me to ask my parents for money while we were married. Now you're going to continue this behavior even after we are trying to get divorced?
I'm sorry, Amelia. Please forgive me. I will never do something like that to you ever again. I just need you to give me one more chance. I really don't understand why you need to increase my shop's monthly rent. Seriously, is that necessary?
My dad's other building recently increased the monthly rent for the people who are renting units like you. Do you really think that you're exempted from this? That's so dumb. And you know that it's nonsense.
I don't know what type of building Franklin owns. The fact that he is able to own a building in the first place means that he is able to help me financially. Or maybe it's not that good of a building, so that's why he's not able to help me out. Honestly, I've heard a lot about your dad's other building recently, but I've never been able to see it in real life. You know that seeing is believing, right?
Then why don't you go see it for yourself? I can take you there if you want. Here, this is my dad's building. What do you think?
This is Franklin's building. I had no idea that it was this huge. Hello? How can I help you guys?
We're just here to look around the building. Would you mind giving this document to the managers? The recent increase in rents have raised a lot of concerns for the people in the building. My dad wanted me to ask you to hand out these forms to everyone.
Okay, then why don't you come on in? Who is the person next to you?
Oh, technically he is my husband. But if he ever shows up here again, please don't let him in the building. We are going to get divorced very soon, so I never want to see him ever again.
I told you that I won't be agreeing to the divorce. Why did you make me come all the way to your dad's building in the first place? Are you trying to make me feel bad? Are you trying to look down on me? Are you trying to make all of this my fault? Do you not think about what you have done wrong?
Whatever. You can think about the situation however you want to. I will always be the antagonist to you anyways. I just hope that you can take this opportunity to better yourself in the future. You have to do that for the sake of you and the others around you. I know very well that you feel attacked right now. You are looking down on me and my family and calling us poor. But what do you know? You are literally standing in front of my dad's building right now. It must be so embarrassing for you right now. I knew you would be acting like this. That is why I have always kept this a secret from you. People always tell me never to trust a person who is only after money. And that's exactly who you are. You became a completely different person ever since you found out that I quit my job. You are the most two-faced person that I know.
Are you making fun of me? Fine, let's get it all out while we are at it. I would have never treated you badly if you just stayed at your job. You really think that all of this is entirely my fault?
Yes, I didn't do anything wrong. So I guess this is it then. All that's left of us is the divorce. I'm going to continue on with my life, so you do the same. Are you still not able to take care of yourself financially? Why don't you try and get the money yourself by taking out a loan or something? Quit trying to take the easy way because it's not going to work for you.
This is the only way that I will be able to get the money. I'm not able to loan such a large amount of money because I won't be able to pay it back. I'm just trying to ask my family members for some help. How can you not even care about your own husband struggling?
You're not my husband anymore. We are nothing but strangers to one another. That is why I never want to see you again. The last time I will be seeing you is in the courtroom. If you ever try calling me again, I will be calling the police on you. You got that? Hey, Amelia, it's me, Willow. You probably know why I called you. Of course I know why you called me. Let me start off by telling you that you still haven't paid off your shop's rent. When do you plan on paying it? Caleb and I just decided to close down the shop. That is the only thing we can do. Oh, really? Sure thing. You won't be charged for the monthly rent anymore, but you are still responsible for paying all of the previous overdue fees. I think it comes up to about $40,000 total. I'm just wondering, what have you guys done to accumulate that much money on your store? You guys love to talk about how poor my family was, but you never looked in the mirror, I guess.
Are you calling us poor? Do you have any idea how hardworking and diligent my Caleb is? How dare you try and insult us?
Maybe that's the reason why you kept coming up to us for more money. Why would you talk so badly about the people who are your only hope of helping you out? You guys really changed the way you treated me after finding out about my dad's building. How pathetic of you guys.
You stupid little brat! Because of you, do you know what other family members think of me? I am going to be suing you for damages, so you better be prepared.
Sure, go ahead. But I'm not exactly sure if you will be able to sue me for damages. I hope you have a very tough life, and I really don't wish you the best. I recently just opened up a new shop, so I have to go greet my customers. Bye! You won't be able to call me anymore because I will be too busy.
Do you seriously have to be tormenting me like this? I have to close down my entire shop because of you. I barely have any money on me, so I had to open up an extremely tiny shop. I'm not even getting any customers because of how poor it is in quality. Are you seriously going to be demanding this much charges in alimony?
What's wrong with that? Even the judge said that I deserve it. You really don't want me to get this money?
You already took away $40,000 from me. You're trying to take $30,000 more in alimony claims. Are you serious? I'm not even able to take possession of anything after the divorce. Why are you doing this to me? What did I do?
All I am doing is getting my revenge on what you did to me. So from now on, you better learn your lesson and stop treating people based on their wealth.
You don't want me to treat people based on wealth? Don't you know that life is all about money? Money is the answer to all of the world's problems. Anyone can be so much happier with just a little bit of money in their hands. I don't see why there's anything wrong with that because it's true.
And you have no idea how hurtful that can be for other people. What you did to me before was tormenting. I hate people like you, who are only after money. Even the law doesn't want me to live with you anymore. If you're going to chase money for the rest of your life, then have at it. I don't care what Willow says about the wife having to do everything for her husband. This is not medieval times. If you're able to find a woman who is able to withstand all of that, then I guess you're in luck. I am not able to do that, so good luck finding someone who is able to meet your standards.
You are going to pay for this. You really think that you are going to have all that money forever? You are wrong.
That is the last that I have ever heard from Caleb. His furious and anger-driven voice ringing behind my ears as I left the courthouse. The government was the one offering me the alimony charges, so I gladly accepted it. I was able to be compensated for everything thanks to that. I never really planned on demanding that much money from them, but looking at the way they were so angry and upset made me feel really good about my plan. They really had it coming. They love money so much, even though they themselves were not even that well off. I hope he really learns his lesson after the divorce. But to be honest, I'm not really sure if he will be able to do so. It's not easy for a person like him to change. At first, I really thought that he was a very nice guy. I can't believe that someone can change in just a matter of seconds. And it's all because of money. That is why we got divorced. I am actually glad that I was able to find out about his true personality. Maybe I should have just divorced him sooner. I normally hate the idea of boasting about my family's wealth in front of others. But this was the only way for me to get him back. But I felt really good about myself after everything. This was quite the story, but I hope you guys felt satisfied with the ending. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.